Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Just to give you a heads up, my readings are going to be more sporadic at the moment, and also I'm not currently checking my email inbox, just so you know. Okay, so let's get into today's reading, see what message we get. I've just got this one tarot deck for now, and depending on where the reading takes us, if I need to, I'll go and get some other things as well. Okay, highest and best messages for my viewers, please. I'm seeing something about the colour turquoise, and also actually specifically I'm seeing a crab that is a turquoise colour, turquoise. So I don't know if, how do you say that word? I'm not saying it again because now you're going to be paying attention, but yeah, so I don't know if someone's got an ornament or something like that. Okay, Six of Wands reversed. I'm working on a pretty small table today, as you can see. I didn't realise how small until I had the camera on and I was checking the position of the camera on the table, like what perspective do we have, can we see the cards, and I put my hands out and I just thought, wow, it's pretty small. Okay, so Six of Wands reversed, we have Judgment, Scorpio energy there. The Chariot, Cancer, we have the Four of Wands, we've got the Ten of Swords, Ten of Swords reversed there. Oh my goodness, wow. Judgment and the Death card. Okay, that's a big change, a big realization, a big maybe ending and a new beginning, given that both cards are upright. Double Scorpio energy there. Oh, I got a crab, didn't I? Heavy water here with Cancer and Scorpio. I know the crab doesn't connect to Scorpio, but it's making me think of somebody who is maybe watery in nature, has water placements, might be highly emotionally charged in general, or right now in relation to this, what we're looking at here. Could be you, of course, switch the roles if you need to, but someone who maybe is being a bit secretive, approaching you sideways, not revealing everything immediately, maybe appearing very stoic. Eight of Wands reversed, and we have Temperance reversed. Sagittarius, bit of fire. Okay, but it is reversed. I think there's something to that. And look, we have the High Priestess, Pisces. This is reversed. So I don't think, I'm not saying specifically, oh, this is primarily a reading for water signs, or if you're dealing with a water sign. I think this is talking about how someone's behaving right now, that someone's maybe very emotionally charged, emotionally driven, very much in their emotions, but when it comes to fire, movement, action, they might be back and forth. And when it comes to communication, I'm not seeing any, certainly not much of anything significant, if there is any at all. And when it comes to a tangible plan, there might not be one. But there's an idea of some sort of trip. But look, Chariot with the Eight of Swords, it's somebody who's going around and around and around in their head concerning the idea of travel. And if it's not physically traveling, it's perhaps sending a message that will have to travel to you, whether it's via the internet or you know, posting something. Okay, so let's go from the beginning. Six of Wands, Ten of Swords reversed. So whoever we're looking at today, they feel disappointed that there was a lack of success. I'm hearing the word perceived. So you may be thinking, well, it wasn't unsuccessful, it was a neutral thing, or it was actually fine, but we needed more time, we needed more interaction. But this person's saying, if you know, from my perspective, it wasn't successful. So it could be that there's something they thought would happen, had hoped would happen, wanted to see happen, that didn't. And I get the feeling that even though we're not seeing it here, and I'm going to clarify in a minute, just from my curiosity and yours, I feel like in between, oh, that didn't go as planned, and I'm still in pain over it. I feel like there was some angst, stress, and then we get this Judgment, Death. I've had enough of wallowing. It's giving me almost like a Five of Cups energy. You know, we're looking at the three spilled cups, and this person's saying, enough of wallowing. I want this rebirth. Now, what does this rebirth look like? It looks like travel, it looks like communication. Like I said, I'm not seeing a tangible plan. Eight of Swords going round and round and round in their head. Now, in this card, we've got 7 swords. No, we haven't. I always say this because it throws me off. We've got 9 swords in total. We've got 4 at the top. my gosh, 8 at the top, 4 on each side, and this guy's holding 1. So that kind of makes the 9 of Swords. Worry, anxiety. But what I was originally going to say is this always makes me think we've got 8 swords and we've got, you know, like 7 separated at the top, and he's holding on to 1. So there's something about this person being sly, being sneaky. With a Chariot, for some of you, if they're close by and know where you live, they could take trips around your house trying to see what you're up to. But yeah, not talking, not communicating. The number 7 could be relevant. It could be something you're seeing repeating. But look at the images in these 2 cards. Look at the way the figures are both looking away over their shoulder, almost like, oh no, I'm driving by, but it's not to look at your house. It's because I simply had to turn down this road to do a maneuver and leave, or I took a wrong turn or something like that. And he's holding on to this sword, which makes me think of the Ace of Swords. It's what he really wants to say. It's his truth, but he's looking away from it like, oh, that sword. No, I just left my I don't know, my walking stick at home, and I just need a rest, so I'm just leaning on it. I don't have anything to say. Okay, well, why are you driving by or checking online or whatever you're doing very consistently? It feels like you might have something to say. 4 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles reversed. For some of you, you may have frequently in the past gone to a place, the same place, where you would see this person. Perhaps you both went there. It could have been you would go to maybe their place of work or their home, or vice versa, or you went somewhere where you worked on something together. But with the 8 of Coins reversed, I feel like that's shifted. Yeah, Temperance reversed. I feel like there's an impatience here now, and there's also a back and forth of, should I do this? Should I send this thing? Go to this place? Should I speak up or not? 4 of Wands, 8 of Coins reversed. If it doesn't resonate, and even if it does, this could apply as well, but sorry, the message about working together or going to a place, if that doesn't resonate, it could be that this is someone with the 4 of Wands who looks at you as a person they could build something stable with, a relationship. They could look at this as a higher level soul connection. But with the 8 of Coins reversed, there's not nearly enough day-to-day effort being put in. There's not enough consistency. We had that High Priestess reversed. So let's go in and let's start clarifying. Oh yeah, let's just see what took place. I'll put these cards back. I just want to see what took place to get them to this Judgment, Death energy. 6 of Cups, so thinking about the past, even if you didn't speak in the past, if they just looked at you across the room. I will say this does feel romantic. I mean, it could be someone, of course, who felt like you were getting on great and wanted to strike up a friendship. But the level of intensity, it feels like a bit more than that, I have to say. What else? What got them to the Judgment, Death energy? Two of Swords reversed, 4 of Swords. So time out, reflection, seeing a truth that they didn't see before. So what's the truth that they didn't see before, please? Knight of Swords. Oh, that they were too guarded, that they didn't speak a truth, which is why it felt unsuccessful. It's almost like, how were you supposed to know what they wanted, what they were thinking, what they were feeling if they didn't say it? In the past, in the moment when they felt like, oh, that didn't go how I wanted it to, they could have been surly, sulky, I'm hearing obnoxious, they could have lashed out, just a bit of a diva, to put it politely, and then they had time to reflect, and then they thought, well, perhaps my expectations were unreasonable. You know, viewer isn't going to know my intention unless I speak it. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so they just missed you. They felt lonely. They felt out in the cold. If they were cross, annoyed, angry, sad, whatever it was, I think that sort of tempered out. And now they're fired up again about a reconnection here. So, right, let's continue clarifying. And then I'm going to go and get maybe some message cards or some oracles. The number 919 could be important. I just looked over and saw that. Right. Okay. Gosh, there's something, yeah, I don't know if they're feeling like I have to do this now, I have to, you know, I can't go slow anymore. I just suddenly felt this urge to just take a breath and let's just calm down. But I wasn't particularly uncalm to begin with, so I wonder if they're feeling maybe a bit rushed. Okay, so Judgment and Death. the Star reversed, Aquarius. For some reason, I want to say Aries as well. So someone here could be in Aries, or something could have happened during Aries season. Do you know, I feel like it's quite simple. This person feels like there's something very special, fated, divine here, even if they didn't feel like that before. And right now it's like they're not with you, or things aren't playing out how they feel they should, and they're just not happy with it. And it's like, why would I let something go that seems to be meant for me, that's a wish come true, a dream come true? Why would I, you know, I'm looking at you that way. Why would I let you go? Why would I let this opportunity go? But if they don't take action, you will go, is what they're feeling here. Yeah, Ace of Wands. So this is about, obviously, Ace, it's a new beginning, and thank God we have a wand, we have some fire, and not the Four of Wands, which is already kind of grounded, but this Ace of Wands. So a bit of action. In this deck in particular, it's talking about, look, these women are heavily pregnant, so that's not a beginning, it's not a start. Oh, 9, for some of you, yeah, the number 9 could be relevant, 9 months, but regardless, in this deck, it's about preparing for the consequence or the result, the outcome of your previous action. So the pregnancy is coming to an end, but now we have a new beginning, and that the child is going to arrive. So I don't think this is someone brand new. It might be someone relatively new. You've had, or you've in recent times had some kind of a new interaction, or something shifted. So it feels like it's a revisiting, but it's not a revisiting. It feels like revisiting something that kind of got started, but not really. Or there may have been some big investment in the past, then it went quiet. You may even have felt abandoned in some way. And now it feels like this is someone who wants a reconnection with you. It could even feel like whatever took place in the past, perhaps given the nature of it, whether it was the thing that took place or the feelings that were felt, you may have believed that there wouldn't have been a disconnect or a separation. You may have believed it was, I'm having trouble explaining this, that when whatever took place in the past took place, from that point forward, this would have evolved, you would have become closer, it would have grounded more. You didn't expect a disconnect. Yeah, I'll say it like that. Okay, so Four of Wands, Eight of Pentacles reversed, and then I'm going to look at this High Priestess separately. Ah, Five of Cups, but it's reversed. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now this person's focusing on all of the potential here. I do stand by what I'm seeing, that they feel like this is a higher level soul connection, whether they talk about soulmates, twin flames, both, neither, but they feel like there's something unique and special here. I think there's a feeling that this person needs to, in a way, ask for your forgiveness, or there's something they're carrying guilt about, and that the pattern sort of looks like this: meeting, interacting, something getting started, they faced a disappointment, then they realized, oh, it wasn't as bad as I perceived, I just simply didn't express as clearly as I thought I was, I had no business being as disappointed or annoyed with the viewer as I was. Oh, okay, I'm feeling a bit more inspired and hopeful now, maybe I should make this return, I really want to make this return, I need to do it soon. And then when you get this reconnection, I'm not sure if they're going to outright say, oh, I'm so sorry. It depends what took place, but there's a feeling of, maybe I overreacted quite a bit. Okay, yeah, Two of Cups, look at that. The Sun reversed, Leo energy there. So it's like this barely concealed secret, how they feel about you, whether they're sharing this with others or not. It's perhaps when you next see them or speak with them, it's going to be so obvious, but it's like they can't even hide it from themselves anymore. I wonder if that's, you know, we saw the Two of Swords reversed earlier, if that's the truth they've realized. Five of Swords reversed. What's the High Priestess in reverse, please? That could be breaking a secret, breaking silence. Page of Wands reversed, Nine of Swords. So there's that 9 coming out, Nine of Swords reversed. So they maybe are not sure the best way to deliver a message, to send a message, to say something, to speak up. they could, I'm hearing as well from Spirit, they could have previously felt safer in the silence, but something has changed. Something. Something has shifted. The silence is no longer safe. Ooh, what does that mean? Let me clear this away. I want to know. That feels important, and it feels like something I'd like to explore. Because, let's see, what does that mean? Okay, the silence is no longer safe. 5 of Cups reversed. Ooh, the Judgment again. 4 of Wands. Are you kidding? Look at these cards. Same cards. 5 of Cups reversed, Judgment, 4 of Wands, 6 of Wands reversed. Judgment right next to the 4 of Wands. Some of you could be moving home, moving far away, so there's no time to be silent anymore. 4 of Swords again. Okay, so they've definitely been thinking. They're focusing on the potential versus what's been lost. They're focusing on how you're very special to them. This is a very unique situation. It's a unique connection. This guy's holding a book. He's not just sleeping or resting. So they've maybe been looking into things as well, doing some research. 10 of Cups, 2 of Coins. Oh, yeah. Okay. So the reason the silence is no longer safe is because this person during the silence has been thinking, researching, looking things up, getting to know themselves, and they've understood that with you, 10 of Cups, they could have just an incredible amount of happiness, and they want it. So sitting quietly in silence is not going to help them to get that. It means you may have options. 2 of Coins, whether that's options to be with someone else, to meet someone else, to continue on with someone else, to move home, to move further away, to choose a different job if you work together. You know, you have options in life in general. At any given moment, you could choose a different path and it would pull you away from one another. 6 of Wands reversed, 6 of Coins reversed. So 6s could be a number you're seeing repeating, but they don't want you going anywhere else, doing anything else. Do you know what I just got coming through? It seems super random to me, but it might resonate for someone watching because I was given this message. It's you know, Twilight, one of the books or movies where what's his name, the main guy, Edward the vampire, I think that's his name. He goes away to try and protect Bella. Now I have to be honest, I don't think this person disappeared to protect you, at least not initially or consciously. And she's mourning him, and then she gets close to Jacob, and then when Ed, I think that's his name, but I feel silly saying it, I don't know why, Edward, when he returns, he now has to almost share Bella and her affections with Jake. It feels like that. This person doesn't want to disappear and completely lose you, or disappear and come back and find that they now have to compete for you or share your affections with somebody else when they could have had it all to themselves in the past. Okay, 10 of Cups. There could be a difference between you, something visually even quite stark. I mean, standard things could be age difference, you could dress very differently, there could be a huge height difference, could be, gosh, I don't know, maybe you're from very different backgrounds, religions, ethnicities, and perhaps you both like to dress very traditionally, so when you're together you can tell that you have very different backgrounds. I'm also getting, and I don't mean this in any sort of offensive way, and you can flip this if it's reversed, if this is describing the other person, but for some of you, you might have a unique look that seems almost a bit alien-like, as in like off-planet, otherworldly, something different about you. I'm not saying it's bad, but or like maybe it's a particular feature where it really draws people in, and let's say, for example, let's take your eyes. You know, your eyes don't look like every other set of eyes. Maybe there's a very unique shape to them, or color, or you have a particular stare or look that you do. But yeah, there could be something quite, like I said, it's not bad, but something that stands out, and it's giving me like a high priestess kind of thing, like a, maybe it's an expression or an air that you carry. It feels slightly yeah, off planet is what I'm hearing, otherworldly. Okay, so let me pause the camera, let me go and get some other decks so we can continue and get deeper into this. Okay, so let's clear these cards away. I've got a message deck, the Hidden Truth Oracle, and then we'll have a look using a couple of other decks to see what you can expect, what action this person's likely to take. Just saw a card saying it's time for me to heal, so perhaps that's what they've been doing. Okay, so messages. What would this person say to my viewer? Look at that, I'm becoming a better person. Yeah, I feel like a less reactive person as well. I want to feel that way again. Yeah, so there's that Two of Cups energy. I'm so attracted to you popping out there. Yeah, there's something different about you, and they like it. I lost myself for a little while. I wish I could share my good news with you. I can't stop thinking about you. Okay, and on the back, I hid who I really am from you. What's their good news? Feeling very nosy today, I suppose, because I haven't done this in a while, so I'm really milking it. Okay, what's their good news? Ooh, Ace of Wands. Okay, back to that. What's their good news? Maybe they've been, you know, they planted some seeds a while ago, they've been working hard in the background and it's about to take off, or they're about to see the results of their effort. I feel like a card wants to come out. Yeah, Eight of Swords. I don't think I'm supposed to tell you. I think this is truly something they want to share with you. Fine, I won't force that. But it feels like, yeah, it feels like good news. It feels like something that's launching a new beginning for them that could be making them feel more confident, happy, successful, that kind of thing. Right, where's the other deck? Okay, Island Time Wellness. Let's see. What can you expect to see? Just saw 2202 on the timer, so I know people often see twos. Twos is, you know, 222, 2222. It's one of those more popular ones, I think. Okay, next action, healing heart. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. Okay, yeah. So we had, when I split the deck, it's time to heal myself or something along those lines. I'm becoming a better person. So I do think this person has been healing, has been growing, has been thinking about things. The butterfly, yeah. Relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. Just get one more. I like you. I like that. That's nice and just simple and just direct. Someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun, flirting, want to date. So this person, you know, it's like after healing, after emerging as this new version of themselves, it's like they're coming forward and just saying, I like you. Would you like to go on a date? That kind of thing. Good. Okay. Right. Let's see. What else? Ooh, look at that. The ring. Do you know what? I said the ring and I meant like a proposal, an engagement ring, or some kind of a commitment, even if it's let's go on a date. I'm committing to show up at whatever agreed place at 7:30 on Saturday. But when I said the ring, it made me think of that movie where she crawls out of the TV. So hopefully they're not approaching you in that sort of a creepy way. Something to do with Japan, a language, Japanese culture could be relevant. Maybe you're Japanese, maybe they are. Right, okay. What can my viewer expect, please? I'm hearing two, so we'll get two cards here. The Child, 13, you've got the Death card. Yeah, this feels like truly having worked on some long-held wounds or patterns that have been self-sabotaging. Okay, and we have these owls. Let's see what the book says about those. Okay. birds. Oh my goodness, listen to this. A phone call, a text, or a date. Oh, I'm convinced this person's going to communicate with you about going on a date. That is how I communicate. I am in meetings or interviews and I like to negotiate. I can hopefully not, I can be your sibling, lover or mate. Couples is what I indicate. Okay, well, that's it. I'm convinced. So if this is resonating with you, I feel the next step is this person approaching you in one way or another and really quite simply in some form saying, I like you, would you like to go out with me? I nearly said head out, and that makes me feel like I'm always getting this image of someone knocking on your door and saying, hey, should we head out together, like now? And maybe that's where that negotiation comes in, that you might say, well, I'm actually completely taken off guard and not ready right now, but how about tomorrow? You know, something like that. So don't feel you have to immediately say yes to whatever it is if it's the worst timing imaginable. Maybe you could produce a counter offer or something. Okay, so I will leave this here. Thank you so much for watching and I hope it helped. Bye.